The Portuguese international as Ruben Neves' price has been revealed, and this summer he has to move because he said no to the contract given to him by Wolverhampton Wanderers and he wants out. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? It's the football news show and I think you guys are really having a wonderful evening. And we are discussing Edouard Mendy is another one who could leave Chelsea and Grimaldo. So much linked to Arsenal last summer. He has found himself in a position of signing for a new club, and Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to break that story. Smash the like button, guys, and don't forget to subscribe because the more we grow huge in numbers, the more we get to where we want to be. Remember, I want to hit 14,000 subscribers. We already have 13,000 subscribers plus on this channel, and let's continue spreading the love and see by the end of this month where we are going to be, because from 1st June it's really going to be viral as transfers are going to turn out as transfers. Now let's do the needful. We are having John Passy. He's a Midlands football reporter for the Daily Telegraph and Sunday Telegraph. He has confirmed to us that Wolves will demand £45 million for Ruben Neves this summer. The Portuguese man has 1 year left on his contract. That is John Passy or J Passy Telegraph. So Ruben Neves has been here for some time, and because of how he has gone ahead to attack the Premier League in the early years, people would think that maybe Ruben Neves is like 30 years of age. The man is still young. That is it. For your information, Ruben Neves is 26 years of age. 26 years of age, and he turned 26 this year in March. So he was born in 1997. He's still young, and when you look at how this season has gone ahead to go in for him, he has played 33 games, scored 6 goals and 1 assist. He has 11 yellow cards. That is Ruben Neves for you. So that shows you that he is a player that many teams will want to have into their team. That's it. I know he has been linked to very many teams, Arsenal, Manchester United, but the hugest link that I've seen this summer on him has been all about Barcelona. That Barcelona want to find themselves in a position of really selling Ansu Fati to Wolverhampton Wanderers, and then get Ruben Neves plus some money from Wolverhampton Wanderers. That deal had been reported by a certain outlet from Spain that it's done, but Fabrizio Romano came out and said, no way, it has not yet reached that level. Ansu Fati is still having lots of things to do at Barcelona, and his agent George Mendes arrived in Barcelona last week to discuss the future of Ansu Fati and some other players, Alejandro Balde, that are under his management, and very many others. So when you look at Ruben Neves, he can play as a CDM, he can play in the double pivot alongside someone, any other player. Then he can also play further up the pitch in the central midfield position. He's good at really taking set pieces, dead ball specialist. That is Ruben Neves for you. And whoever is going to get this guy, he's really going to find himself in a position of really earning the utmost player that is really talented and just needs to be played amongst good quality players. Then he'll turn out to be that best player in the world. And I think he's a very good CDM. If United can get him, it will be good. Arsenal are not looking so much onto him, and is not so much mentioned. After Rice, Caicedo, Zubimendi, and Lavia, he's nowhere to be seen, because we've also heard of players like this player over, what's his name? This player over Everton, Onana, that Ten Hag is linked to Onana, and Arsenal is also linked to Onana. So it comes to our know that it's really something hard for him to go to Arsenal. But I think Liverpool can come in, United can come in. £45 million is the price put onto the head of Ruben Neves. Apart from Ruben Neves, we are having a story of Edouard Mendy, the goalkeeper of Chelsea. Now, The Athletic has confirmed to us that Edouard Mendy is expected to leave Chelsea this summer. Besides being number 2, he has been frustrated with the way negotiations over a new contract have gone. He wanted the same salary as Kepa at around £170,000 a week, but Chelsea refused. So, looks like Edouard Mendy is really wanting out of Chelsea because of him not being given the amount of money that Kepa is on. And I think Kepa felt frustrated, and at the point X maybe he felt like he could leave, but he failed to be sold in summer of last year. But as Edouard Mendy went into the African Cup of Nations, Kepa found himself into a position of fighting for that position. He played very well, and ever since then it was hard for Edouard Mendy to come back and obviously be part of the starting 11 of Chelsea, because even when Thomas Tuchel gave him a go to come back into the number 1 position of Chelsea, he gifted, and he also costed them. I think there is a Champions League that he costed them. Was it last year? Yeah, semi-final, when they are playing against, I think it was the quarterfinal, they are playing against Real Madrid. You know, there is a giveaway he made that really costed Chelsea onto the day, and they never qualified to the next round of the Champions League. So I think there is huge competition, and it looks like Pochettino is going to come in through and obviously make a decision on whether he's keeping Kepa and Edouard Mendy, or he's not keeping both. So that's a decision that's going to be made by Pochettino, the new manager of Chelsea, who's expected to arrive in London this week to put pen to paper onto everything they've gone ahead. No, not to put on, because he has already signed. He has already signed, all documents have been signed, but he's coming to Chelsea in London to find himself in a position of really making it, of really doing the best that he deserves as a manager, and really tries to really maybe be presented to the fans of Chelsea before the end of the season. But I believe Edouard Mendy can get decent clubs that can really sign him, because he's a decent goalkeeper, and I think he has shown it every time he has been playing games in, game out. Now, there is Grimaldo, a left back who has been playing for Benfica. Here we go was announced by Fabrizio Romano, and let's see what Fabrizio Romano told us. Exclusive: Bayern Leverkusen are set to sign Grimaldo on a free transfer from Benfica. Here we go. Full agreement in place and contracts set to be signed very soon. Medical tests already completed. Despite fake rumors on Barcelona, Grimaldo will join Bayern Leverkusen. That is coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Grimaldo is one of those defenders that Arsenal were looking at last summer, and he's a left back. That's it. He was so much in the news before they signed Zinchenko, but when they signed Zinchenko, that transfer died a natural death. But it looks like Arsenal were looking at him. I've seen him play for Benfica. He's a decent left back, and I think you'll all agree with me that he has the experience, and he's press resistant, and he's good at putting in assists, and he scores goals. When you look at him this season at Benfica, he has found himself play. He has played 31 games, scored 4 goals in the Premier La Liga, and he has made 8 assists. That is Grimaldo. In the Champions League, he played 14 games and he put up 2 assists. That is the guy, and it shows you that he's not an injury-prone player, because he almost plays every game for Benfica. The previous seasons, he has been at a side known as Benfica. So, congratulations to Grimaldo. To Bayern Leverkusen. Remember, Bayern Leverkusen is coached by Xabi Alonso, who is also trying to chase in for a player known as Granit Xhaka, meaning that he's building up momentum for next season, and he's really trying to build up the best for that German side. So that's what I had for you here onto the Rokani Media Football, and we are talking about transfers. Here we go. Have been hard. Players really want to leave, and now I call upon your thoughts onto Ruben Neves asking price being £45 million. Do you agree with it? Would you urge your manager or your team to go ahead and really sign him at £45 million? He's a 26-year-old player that has gone ahead to really bless the Premier League with his talent season in, season out. What do you think about Edouard Mendy wanting to leave Chelsea? Would you advise him to stay at Chelsea and fight for his position, or you would advise him to leave and find greener pastures elsewhere? And Alex Grimaldo, here we go to Bayern Leverkusen. He's not going to Barcelona. He is going to go on and really play with the team of Xabi Alonso. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm out, my mates. Bye-bye.